Is Andrew Tate's The Real World still worth it in 2024? I've been inside Andrew Tate's The Real World for the entirety of last year and I've tried every course available. One thing I've noticed is that Andrew Tate doesn't actually teach any of these courses himself. This has led many people to believe that it's more of a pyramid scheme, but I personally disagree with that. Also, for a lot of people around the world, $49 a month isn't exactly pocket change, especially when you consider their income in third world countries. After spending a good amount of time inside the real world, I've come across several issues like these. So I figured it was time to come up with a plan. I'm gonna try every single method of making money inside the real world and see if it's still worth it to join in 2024. If I end up making my money back from at least one of the methods, then I'd say it's worth it. And you should definitely join the real world. But before I do that, I first want to talk about the real world itself. Make sure you stick around till the end of this video, because if you're considering joining Andrew Tate's The Real World, it's important to have all the information first before making your choice. Let's start off with what I liked about the real world, and then we'll get into what I disliked. And right after that, we'll get into every method of making money inside the platform. Starting with my experience, I've been part of the real world for the entirety of last year, which was 2023. And I've noticed significant improvements in the user interface over time. By improvements, I mean the platform itself has been upgraded. Initially, when the real world was known as Hustlers University, it began on Discord. Over time, they've developed their own website, which, although is better, seems to mimic Discord's layout. One part I really like about the real world is its commitment to regular updates, because they ensure that the content remains fresh and relevant. Moreover, it's not all about making money. There's a strong emphasis on personal growth, including fitness and health, which I think adds a great balance. They also included an accountability chat, which is another feature that I value. It's a great way to stay on track with your goals, similar to the accountability you might have experienced in high school. Lastly, the Q&A sessions are incredibly helpful. They offer daily opportunities to ask anything, whether it concerns your business or your personal health. Now, onto the things that I dislike about the real world. I aim to be as transparent and equal as possible here. My goal isn't to push you into signing up for anything. But anyways, a primary concern is Andrew Tate's absence from directly teaching the courses. Instead, they're run by individuals who claim significant financial success. Despite their confidence, Tate's lack of involvement is a noticeable issue, especially since the marketing heavily relies on his name. Another point is that much of the course content is available online for free. While the courses provide detail, they might not live up to your expectations if you're looking for super exclusive information. The cost of the program is another significant barrier for many. This is particularly true for Tate's followers from lower income countries, where $49 a month is a substantial expense. There's also a tendency to focus more on lifestyle and success stories, rather than providing actual strategies and personal guidance. But anyways, now it's time to get into the actual money-making methods inside the real world. And this is where you'll find out if it's still worth it to join in 2024. This part of the course promises to teach you how to get the most amount of money for completing straightforward tasks, and the most effective ways to grow a base of loyal clients. From my experience, I can confirm that these claims are true. I've had quite a positive experience with this campus. The Freelancing Campus is a course that guides you through the entire freelancing process. It covers selecting a skill, building a portfolio, finding your clients, and setting your rates. Before I get into my own experience, let's briefly touch on what freelancing actually involves. Essentially, it means working independently and offering your services to various clients. The range of skills you can freelance in is huge, including writing, graphic design, social media management, and web development. The potential earnings as a freelancer are limitless, depending on your skill set, experience, and the demand for your services. I've got friends in freelancing who make a very decent living. As for my personal experience, I decided to start with selling general services. My initial plan into freelancing began on Fiverr, which didn't go as well as I hoped. I then switched to Upwork, where I landed a well-paying project. However, this project demanded a lot of ongoing work, which made me reassess and choose a different path. I went back to the real-world community for advice and then decided to go into digital marketing, specifically social media management, due to its high demand. After advertising my new skill on Upwork, I quickly secured 3 significant projects. The first was enhancing the online presence of a small e-commerce business. This was a 2-month project worth $1,500. The second involved establishing a digital presence for a health and wellness startup. That was a 1-month project which made me $500, which honestly didn't feel worth it to me. The third project was about managing a local business's online presence over 3 months, which was a $3,000 project. Overall, these were not only financially rewarding, but also amazing experiences. The freelancing course required a bit of patience to really get into, but the support of the real-world community made the process much smoother. It's easier when you know there are others working alongside you, facing similar challenges and sharing their insights. Next, I went into the Copywriting Campus to discover what it offers. This section includes 15 modules, starting with the basics of copywriting. Each module features numerous videos covering the essentials, how it works, and your first steps towards making money with it. After watching all the videos in the beginners section, it seemed to cover just the fundamental concepts of copywriting, which is something that's easily found on YouTube. Following that, I went into the Copywriting Beginner Bootcamp, which is aimed at optimally preparing me to land my first client. With over 150 videos, this section had gone deep into the topic, so I committed to going through the entire campus in less than 48 hours. Initially, the content felt repetitive and basic, but it gradually transitioned into more detailed strategies, including how to approach businesses, cold calling, and cold emailing. Moving on, I applied what I learned to the real world, aiming to monetize these new skills. I created a cold email which I sent to over 50 businesses offering to optimize their TikTok ads for more sales. A week later, I received a response from an online business interested in my proposal. After scheduling a Zoom call, I had a productive call with the owner and convinced them to let me run their TikTok ads, with all of the costs covered by them, of course. They agreed to a flat fee of $1,000 for the first month and then $2,000 per month if we were successful. I spent a week running their TikTok ads, but despite a solid strategy and a great ad, I think the product just wasn't performing well. Nonetheless, I earned the initial $1,000, and that's a reminder that not everything always goes as planned. Moving on to the next topic, let's go into the dropshipping or e-commerce campus in the real world program. I've actually covered the e-commerce campus in 3 separate videos already. This part of the program is filled with students who are successfully making money every day. The courses offered here are incredibly detailed, covering everything from discovering your winning product to setting up your online store, making sales, running ads, everything. I've spent a significant amount of time on this course and can confidently say that it's the area that I'm most familiar with. The community support is fantastic, offering top-notch networking opportunities, and there's always someone around to help you if you hit a roadblock in your e-commerce journey. While I can't show the actual course videos because I don't want to get into legal trouble with the Tate brothers, I'll share everything I've learned from this campus and reveal how much money I've made from it. The first step in e-commerce, as you might guess, is finding that winning product. My method was endless scrolling on TikTok. Create a new account, search for hashtags like TikTok made me buy it, Amazon finds, etc. Engage with a bunch of dropshipping related content, and soon your feed will be filled with it. Finding my winning product like the laser hair removal device took hours of scrolling, so patience is key. Next up, creating your online store. I usually whip up a website on a day or two with Shopify thanks to my familiarity with it. It's important to have a sleek, professional looking site, which not only enhances your brand's appearance but also helps build trust with potential customers. The real world offers excellent tutorials for building your site correctly. The final step is marketing and making sales. The program teaches TikTok ads among other strategies, but the strategy that clicked for me was the bid ladder strategy. It involves creating ad groups with slowly decreasing bids to optimize for conversions. This technique is not only effective for driving sales but also for testing products. So how much did I earn from the e-commerce campus? Taking a look at my Shopify dashboard for the past few months, I've gotten about 235 orders, bringing in a total revenue of $8,500. And for those interested into going in any of these money-making methods, I'll leave all the links in the description, along with the link to join the real world in case you want to try it out for a month. Next on my journey was the crypto campus. I joined a few months ago with the goal of doubling my initial $1,000 investment into $2,000. This seemed achievable, especially since the instructors talked about 10xing their money. However, I quickly realized that this campus lacked the depth of resources and channels which are found in other areas of the program. The content was mainly limited to course material without personal mentorship. I went into around 11 tutorial videos available in the course section, following the course's investment signals, which essentially consisted of the instructor advising on what to buy and when. I allocated $710 to Bitcoin and $290 into Ethereum. Initially, things looked promising as my portfolio increased to $1,032, netting a $32 profit in just one day. However, by the end of the week, despite consistently following the signals, my portfolio stood at $1,073. The inconsistency in signal accuracy led me to believe that success in this course just boils down to luck. Ultimately, the crypto campus didn't yield the results that I hoped for, but it was a learning experience. Moving on to the stocks campus, which has lots of similarities to the crypto campus, I started off with the beginner videos. These not only introduced me to setting up with a broker, but also covered the basics of trading, including order placement, selling automation, and trading terminology. The courses went deeper into understanding candlesticks and indicators to make the right trading decisions, alongside offering insights into trading psychology and mindset. The stocks campus aims to educate on either making money through trading or long-term investing. Similar to the crypto campus, daily calls are made on stocks that are predicted to perform well in the short term. The trading wins section of the course is filled with students sharing their success and setbacks, and everyone within the real world is seeking advice and helping out each other. This reinforces the notion that the real world does indeed enable students to profit. In the courses section, materials range from beginner basics to price action strategies, all the way to enhancing your trading skills and long-term investing essentials. These resources are designed to guide you in selecting the right stocks or index funds for long-term investment over the next decade or more, which advocates for a strategy of continuous investment rather than immediate withdrawal. Moving on, I explored the Content Creation and AI Campus. This campus is a combination of what used to be two separate courses, now merged into one comprehensive program. I had the chance to interview a student with first-hand experience in this campus, which I'll go into shortly. My strategy for monetizing this campus involved leveraging AI in order to generate short-form content for platforms like TikTok, YouTube, or Instagram. The core idea here is to use AI tools to facilitate content creation and monetization, which is why the AI and content creation campuses were integrated. Inside the AI campus of the real world, the course section is packed with instructional videos on monetizing artificial intelligence. These tutorials cover everything from AI-assisted video editing and creating engaging transitions to enhancing audio and the overall content creation and monetization process. Before going into my own experiences, I shared a brief interview with a student from this campus on my complete video about AI and content creation. The student, who had been part of the real world for over 6 months, joined because of an interest in business and making money online strategies. He told me he was mainly drawn to the real world by the affordability of the program. According to them, the AI campus is among the best the real world has to offer, which he had to thank because of the recent spike in YouTube views and subscribers that he got from things that he learned there. They stressed the importance of using top-notch AI software without compromising any quality for the best result. Their advice for making money with this campus was straightforward. Leverage ad revenue from YouTube Shorts by creating high-quality AI-generated content. Following this insight, I created several short-form videos using AI tools. ChatGPT for scripts, Lovo AI for converting those scripts into audio, and Pictory for transforming the audio into video content. After uploading these videos to YouTube Shorts, I got a few hundred views per video. However, I learned that to start earning ad revenue from YouTube Shorts, you need around 10 million views, which highlights the challenge of monetizing such content. Now, it's time to unveil the secret bonus VIP campus, the part you've all been eagerly waiting for. This isn't a typical campus accessible via the real world. Instead, it's Andrew Tate's exclusive $7,979 secret war room. I invested almost 8 grand of my own money to join this group and share my experience on my channel. The process to join was unique. It wasn't as simple as making a purchase. I had to interact with a live chat agent to complete my transaction, which is another journey that I've detailed in a video on my channel. Following the payment, I was required to sign a non-disclosure agreement, underlining the serious confidentiality surrounding the group before gaining entry. Inside the war room, I discovered a private community split up into various sections, each aimed at improving different aspects of life, including business, fitness, dating, and more. Each section is led by an expert sharing their wisdom. While it shares similarities with the real world, in terms of its structure and educational approach, the war room feels like a more exclusive, intensified version. The business section focuses on entrepreneurship, marketing, and sales, empowering the members to excel in their business venture. The fitness segment offers detailed workout routines and diet, though its offerings are comparable to what's available inside the real world, except the real world comes at a fraction of the cost. The dating section, which I found to be rather unnecessary, attempts to teach dating strategies. In my view, this part overly complicates relationships and it just makes everything harder than it seems. It does that by overshadowing the simple truth that personal development and confidence are key. Personally, I didn't find the war room to be a worthwhile investment and wouldn't recommend it. However, I believe the real world offers significant value for its $50 fee, granting access to a wealth of resources across all the campuses at no extra charge. For those interested, I've included a link to the real world in the description and I highly recommend exploring it. If you decide to join, I look forward to seeing you there. And if you like this video, make sure you watch the next one that should have popped up somewhere on the screen.